World of Warcraft is over 20 years old, and over the time many creatures have gotten a visual overhaul. But there are some beasts in the game that do not need to evolve, because they are perfect the way they are. Have you ever heard about the horseshoe crab? A creature that has not evolved in millions of years because it's the absolute peak of evolution? Today we take a look at the horseshoe crabs of World of Warcraft Hunter pets, because some older designs just have a certain charm to them that feels more like WoW than their overhauled counterparts. Starting with the bears. The traditional bears we know from classic WoW have gotten some visual updates a while ago, but Blizzard decided to keep 10 different bears untouched. Not just 10 different designs, but 10 different bears a total. Each of these bears is a werewolf and half of them are zombified. You can find Ursolok at this spot in Ashenvale, Mongress over here in Felwood, Whistled Ben over in Elven Forest, and Bjarn in Dun Morogh. Big Samuras can be found in Hillspread Foothills, Ol Muddle in the Hinterlands, Mange in the Western Plaguelands, and Hibernus the Sleeper in Tirisfal Glades. And then there's Grimrod, who is a bit unique. During the day he spawns looking like this, but at night he spawns looking like this. One of a few cases left in the game where the day-night cycle actually makes a difference. You can find them over here in Felwood. Next we have one of the old school scarab beetles. If you played in vanilla you saw them all over the place, but nowadays they all got an HD rework. All but one. In the Raid Naxxramas, inside the Arachnid Quarter, you will find the first boss, Anub'aran. You want to face him on 10 player mode. There this boss will summon some adds known as Crypt Guards, and when they die, after some time, they will spawn corpse scarabs. Those are tameable and the only version of this classic looking beetle left in the game. Additionally, they have a unique effect while moving, and their hardened carapace ability is much bigger than with any other beetle pet in the game. Then we have a classic Corehound, only tameable by Beastmasters. When Corehounds got their HD upgrade, they didn't really change a lot. It was really just some polishing. But a change so subtle that you may not even have noticed them ever changing. But compared with the old model, there definitely is a difference. Inside of a dungeon of Upper Blackrock Spire, inside of a Blackrock on the Eastern Kingdoms, you want to make your way past the third boss. After that you have a choice to not follow the intended route and instead walk to the left, right here. In the corner you can find the Son of the Beast, a callback to The Beast, a boss in the earlier version of the dungeon. This creature is part of an achievement involving Leroy Jenkins, and I assume they kept the old design on it just for nostalgia's sake. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel and check out my playlist for more Hunter Pet related content. But now, back to the list. In the zone of Mount Hyjal, you can unlock the Molten Front Daily Hub. To do that, you first need to level halfway through the zone until this part of the forest stops burning. Then you start a quest chain, and after that you open a portal to the zone. In the Molten Front you can find Karkin, a black-red crab with the old crab design, and the only remaining classic crab. This creature actually once got updated during BFA, but reverted again since it was not intended. So you can be sure this crab is staying the way it is. And let's be real, it's a crab, so it's definitely somehow related to the horseshoe crab. Getting your hands on it may prove difficult though. It has a respawn timer of 4 to 12 hours. And if you are the only person in the zone, which is very likely, you probably have to wait for a long time to tame it, since the spawn time does not start until somebody is around. Then we have the classic Griffins. Those are Feathermanes, and you need to unlock them first by completing the Hunter Orderhall campaign as well as the Broken Shore campaign from Legion. The classic brown griffin appears in Hillspread Foothills around this area. Jetwing is the only black classic griffin in the game and can appear in the zone of the Hinterlands. It is flying around this area, high in the air and difficult to tame. After finding it, you want to use this macro. Doing this, you make sure to engage into combat with Jetwing, but do not hit it by accident. making sure the creature survives. Shortly before you reach the ground, you need to cast Disengage to negate any fall damage. After that, you should be able to tame the beast. And then there's also a white classic griffin, Snowblind. In the zone of Winterspring, you want to head over to this location. Here you may find the nest on the ground. If it's not around, you just need to wait for it to respawn. Interacting with it spawns the creature Snowblind, which you can then simply tame. In talking about griffins, we also need to talk about Windriders. All three colors can be found in Stone Talon Mountains around this valley right here. The traditional brown version can be found all over the place, while the blue and the green versions are weremobs. The blue one is called Sorrowwing, and the green one is the Pridewing Patriarch. The Patriarch also does not spawn by himself, but you need to kill enough of his brood in the mountains here to make him come out. There are also 6 classic hippogriffs. The blue version can be found at this spot in Feralas. As a hot player you can just tame the ones that are all over the place, but as Alliance you need to slash pet the Fray Feather hippogriffs around the area, which are these pink versions, which then eventually forces the weremob Skystormer to come out. The easiest way to do this is to make a macro and then just fly over the area spamming the macro until the pet eventually spawns. And just to clarify, pet with an A, not with an E, okay? Do the right one, otherwise you might spend a lot of time doing nothing. The pink version around this area is also not attackable by Alliance players, but you can simply slash war at them and tame them right after. This white version can be found in either Feralas or Azshara. Both are weremobs and they might spawn at these spots. The brown-white version, as well as the well-known dark version, can be found in Azshara in this area. And the feather green version can be found in the zone of Zuramar. Fly up the big tower in the city. At the balcony on the southwestern side you can find the mob Lalathin. Also keep in mind that griffins and hippogriffs are also feathermanes and first need to be unlocked to tame them. Then there are plenty of creatures that are not even rare or unknown, but still have the same old design from 20 years ago. I will not go into detail where to find them all, because you can find them basically all over the world. But let's check them out real quick anyways. We have different kinds of Siliphids, basilisks, two-headed vultures, cats, chimeras, hydras, raptors, scorpids, serpents, turtles, and various wolves. All creatures that exist since vanilla, did not receive an overhaul yet, and can be found pretty easily. And last but not least we have the creatures in Angkor Crater. Classic Pterodaxes and classic Devilsaurs. You can find these two Pterodaxes in here, as well as another color variant in the Emerald Nightmare raid in the Angora section. And these 3 Devilsaurs wandering around the zone, as well as a green version which is a weremob known as King Crush that can appear in the Shalazar Basin in Northrend. And those are all the tameable horseshoe crabs in the game. What do you think? Are some of them more charming than their HD counterparts, or should I take off my rose-tinted glasses? Let me know in the comments below and also tell me which one is your favorite. Shout out to the channel members and special shout out to our new channel member Marky Marcus11. Thank you so much for your support. I hope to see you next time. Until then, see ya!